Hey guys, it's Nicole. I'm gonna make a vlog, and I thought of an idea. I was born in 1990, so I thought I'll make a vlog about the 90s. So, in the 90s, there were, like with technology, like phones, like for example. In the 90s, the phones were, they had like a cord, and you had to stand by the wall on a cord to talk. Then, as time went on, it advanced to house phones like this that were cordless. Then, as technology advanced even more, we got cell phones like this. And another thing I remember about the 90s that has changed now is, I remember Walkmans, like music players, they used to be like that big, and you would put you could put like a tape in them, like a tape. It was like a tape. That's how you would listen to music. It was like a tape, a cassette tape. And now, as technology's advanced, we have the new Walkmans, much smaller, and you just put music on digitally. So yeah, and so I remember in the 90s when I was in school, elementary school, we'd get on the computer and the screen was black with green, like font. Like we would play, either typing, it would be in green, like the whole screen's black, and then there's green like on there. And then if you were to play a game, it would be a black screen with like stick figures that were green. So it was like not even. And now look at how things have advanced. We've got internet, we've got games, like video games that are like in 3D basically. Just things have advanced so much. I remember in the 90s, we had, Nintendo. Well, I remember I had the first Game Boy, and it was just called a Game Boy at this time. And it was like that big, but like more like this. But it was huge, and the screen was just like it looked like the color of a screen, like just like the light color, and then when you turn it on, it would just have black. Well, as time went on, we got like the Game Boy Color, and then we got, well, they just like advanced, and now look, we have Nintendo Wii. And the Nintendo Wii, I mean, you could be bowling and it would be like you're actually in a bowling alley. Like, technology's really advanced. And I remember in the 90s you could get up on a Saturday morning early and watch really good cartoons like Looney Tunes, and like Pink Panther, and just a lot of good cartoons. And so it was actually worth getting up early on a Saturday morning to watch the good cartoons. And so that was something I remember, and now we don't have that really. So yeah. Another thing about the 90s was like the toys were like not even, like there was like yo-yos and stuff like that, and they weren't like, so it was just like simple toys. And now look at all the different toys, like how advanced they are. It's like, wow. I remember some shows like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I mean, in the 90s you could like memorize the song I'll do the first part. In West Philadelphia, born and raised to spend most of my days, anyways, acting all cool on the outside of school, when a couple of kids who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight, and my mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your aunt and your uncle in Bel Air." That's just the first part. But anyways, you could remember that. There was... Oh, I remember the Tamagotchi. It's like a little tiny keychain looking, and it had like a pet. You could do a cat or a dog or a fish. I think even a fish. And you would have to like feed it and stuff, or it would die. So that was a game back then. Oh my gosh, I remember Jurassic Park came out then too, and yeah, so, and then the Man in Black, the first Man in Black before they started coming out with more. Oh my gosh, I remember, I loved this show. It was from the 90's. Bill Nye the Science Guy. I love that show. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. That was a cool show. I loved that show. Oh, and there's things like there was like this thing you would put on your grass, and it's called a slip and slide, and you just put you put it on your grass, and then you would put like your hose on it, like your garden hose, and you could slide down it. And now they have swimming pools with long slides that you can slide on. There was just like, oh, and then there was like, then came like CD players, and then boom boxes, and now we have like iPods and MP3 players. Oh, I remember Lisa Frank. That was what I had through school. I loved Lisa Frank. And now I'm starting to see it come back in a little bit, but then it was really big. Slinkies, those were a popular toy. There was VHS tapes, and you would rent those instead of, now we have DVDs. Much smaller, take up less room, and just more advanced. You could record stuff on VCR, so you'd have tapes and stuff. Oh, and then if you wanted to hear like songs, like your favorite songs, you would have to call in and request them on the radio to hear them. Now you can pretty much find them online. I remember the game had 7-Up, Hopscotch, Hula Hoops, those were all in. There was just like, oh, and then there's like, you would go to arcades a lot, and now you can play those arcade games online. So, but anyways, Kool-Aid was a drink that was really in, and Capri Sun. Those were two drinks. Can't cut me off because I ran out of memory. But I deleted some stuff, so here we go. Continuation. There were, what else didn't I cover? There was a lot of like Disney movies that came out that were really good. Oh, I remember that. That like Pokemon was really in. Like people would get Pokemon cards. I mean, they're coming back in now, but back then they were really in, and people like would buy them, and like if you got like something called a holographic card, it was supposed to be really good. And then there was like always like trading conventions and stuff in the malls. Remember that? Oh, and then Beanie Babies. I collected those for the longest time. Beanie Babies. They're like the Thai Beanie Babies, and like now they have them, but they're not as in as they were back then. Oh, I remember Lizzie Mcguire was a show that was on a lot that I liked. It had Hillary Duff in it. That's kind of where she started. And some shows, like, there was, like, Cat Dog, I remember that. And then there was, like, Pinky and the Brain, The Angry Beavers. So many different shows, like, there was the Cartoon Network that had Dexter's Lab, Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken, Ed and Eddie, Courage the Cowardly Dog. So many different ones that, yeah, they were in. And I remember you would, like, decide things, like, you go, eeny, meeny, miny, moe, catch a tiger by the tower. Bubblegum in a dish. Which one should I pick? It was just stuff like that. But yeah, there's just so many things about the 90s, and technology has really advanced. And there's just, like, so many more things that weren't around in the 90s. So that's my 90s vlog, and I still love 90s music, by the way. My favorites are like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Christina Aguilera, and of course Britney Spears. So those are some of my favorites, and I guess I will end this here. That was my 90s vlog. Love you all. Bye.